I believe that what my goals are in life is to be professionally creative, either in business, either in film, art, and there's so many avenues. There's restaurants and foods. I think I can really pursue a variety of different career choices, but not limit myself just to one. And this job alone has really opened up a lot of doors in that way. My name is Daniel Torres. I'm self-employed. I'm an artist and art dealer. I produce several different pop culture art pieces and travel over Canada and sell my goods everywhere to people that are fans of the same thing I'm a fan of. This started at a very young age. I was inspired by my uncle, who is in turn now an animator in Toronto and does fantastic artwork. But I've always seen his sketchbook since I was a young kid, and I was always inspired to pursue it myself and see what I can do. And I've always taken up all art courses and illustration courses throughout elementary school, high school, and so on, and post-secondary. This is my full-time job. I draw the characters and then I make them to a variety of different prints like magnets, greeting cards, printer posts. So it's not like, so I make the one piece, which is the canvas, but sometimes when I've noticed other artists, when they work on the original, they sell the original off. In my case, I take a photo of it and that way I can sell it into multiple different formats. From the beginnings of the piece, I would sketch out and draw out the idea based off something iconic, or maybe even my own twist on the character. And then after that, I would scan that into the computer and digitally ink that with the pen tool, and then layer after layer, layer. Imagine taking like construction paper of different varieties of color and cutting them out into weird shapes and then like layering them on top of each other. So one piece could easily have about, I think I've counted between 20 to almost like 50 layers of color per section. So I would color the character digitally, and then I'd print it out on a 100-pound lynx paper, and then I would take an X-Acto knife and cut it meticulously all around. This is where it gets into the mixed media. I would take the book or the comic or sometimes trading cards or whatever material that I find one looks aesthetically pleasing and represents the character. So that way you can, when you're looking at the drawing and then when you also look at the background and see how they represent and they work together, it's because I took the time to see, yeah, this panel looked really good behind this character, or this type of trading card really represents the theme of what it is. And then after that, it goes through a process of being sealed, and you have to do like maybe like 10 to 20 layers of glaze on top of them to make sure that they stick together, because the background is delicate and the drawing itself is printed as well. And you want to make sure they are on together, they're not going to fall apart, and they're going to last as long as they can together. I have to say that I'm blessed that even though I may have come to times where I've been really stuck on or not able to move forward, and I feel like, yeah, sure, I'd want to quit. Sometimes the workload of this can be a lot on somebody, because I'm constantly drawing every week and I'm doing a sales show every week, and it can be really daunting. From that discouragement, the drive to improve myself or learn from my mistakes, because actually everything, I think the way I've improved my work is from failing more often than succeeding. If you're an upcoming illustrator and you want to really like show off your stuff, there are opportunities practically every week throughout the entire year, wherever you are, to really set yourself up, show what you got, and make that drive to talk to people. It can be a bit difficult because some people can be pretty introverted, but I've noticed that if you find a good friend, or you find like a partner with you that can be your representative, it can really help pursue your business as an artist and to take yourself professionally. Because sometimes the biggest issue that we have as freelance artists is having that little step of confidence of saying, you know what, I'm an artist and this is how much I charge and this is what I sell. It's difficult because you don't really know how to gauge what your costs are, and some people will take advantage of that. Honestly, coming into communities like the art groups that you can find on many different avenues on social media, Facebook, Instagram, going to these events, meeting up with people, start getting support from other artists, that's probably the best way of improving your own work down the road.